Okay, so I wanted to make a little video. This is a little growing area that I have growing on where I got my potatoes going, and I'm gonna start here. As you can see, this is a feed bag. It's a really fantastic way to repurpose your feed bags. It's a 50-pound bag. You cut a couple holes in the bottom, and then you just put some dirt in the bottom, and then you plant your potatoes. Now, as you can see, I planted these about 5 days ago, and I've already got some really good growth going on here. But now as these start to grow up, what we'll do is we'll start to hill up, and that's going to produce a lot more potatoes. So as you can see, they're all planted about 5 days ago or so. I will admit that my seed potatoes were really chitted. They had a lot of eyes on them. You can see this one here is just like out of control. But as you can see, the bags, it makes it really easy. And you know, I'm trying to find different ways to repurpose everything. So this is a great way. As you can see, this is dog food here. I've got my chicken feed. And now this one I planted a little bit differently. So this one here, as you can see, the potatoes are in the ground. They started to get eyes on them, and I've seen some things online to where they kind of just put them in the ground and then they cover them with some dried out. Here I got grass clippings I'm using, but it's all dry, and it's supposed to be a good way to grow. So I'm going to try that out and see, but as you can see from the other ones, the great results that I've been getting. So now this one here, I planted, probably about 3 weeks ago. And if you look down in here, I don't know if you can see really good. Okay. Anyway, these are ready to be hilled. And so what that's going to do is if you come down in here, okay, we're going to bring the soil up to right about here this time. So as you can see, that's a pretty... Okay, so as you can see, I started putting some dirt in here. So we're just going to bring it up to probably about halfway. And Liberty, get out of here. So what happens is potatoes are much like tomatoes, and any part of the stem that actually comes in contact with soil will grow roots. And since the potato is a root, that's what we're striving for, is to get it to grow more roots. And so this process is called hilling. And there's lots of different ways to grow potatoes, but we're going to see what kind of yields we get. With my 9 containers, I'm hoping to be able to yield about 90 pounds of potatoes. I'm using really large containers. So like I said, I'm hoping to get 90 pounds. So the soil that I'm using for potatoes, they're not too particular. So this, I just have a mixture of compost and some of the regular soil. Just kind of a mix to get some of that sand in there to give it some good drainage. And that's another thing, you want to have really good drainage. So I'm going to continue to fill this up and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, now as you can see here, I've got it filled up quite far, but the tops, I've left all the tops of the potatoes up. So you want to make sure that you leave the tops exposed. If you cover those, then you're going to suffocate your plants. So all that's left then is to just get these watered in and wait until they grow some more, and then we'll bring it clear up to the top. And then once the soil's at the top, that's when we just let them go. And then once they die back, we'll harvest them.